Good morning. It is Thursday, May 14th. We're heading out toward Indianapolis, but we wanted to have you take a look at one item we thought was very interesting that was close to our campground at Cowan Lake in Wilmington, Ohio. And that is this used to be a missile silo site during the Cold War that was built in the 50s, decommissioned in the late 60s, and so I thought that was interesting. And there was an elevated spot in the ground back there that, if you didn't notice, that probably is where the silo was. From what I was reading, it's no longer can be used. It was flooded out. So. But again, I thought that was very, very interesting. And that's your history lesson for today.
Yay! History! We all love history. All right, we are leaving Wilmington, Ohio, and are headed to Indianapolis. Well, Columbus. We're going to be staying in Columbus, but I have a brother in Indianapolis, and I have a daughter there. So we're excited to go see family. So. Anyway, we'll catch you along the way. We have arrived at our next campground. Let's go check it out.
All right.
We are in Columbus, Indiana, and this is the most bizarre campground we've seen so far. You can't tell where you're supposed to park. So we've got gravel. There's a number 11 on that tree. There's one picnic table. We got hookups. We got a pull through with the table over here. It says number 13. We're number 12, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Whew. On the corner. He's got a long way to go to back in here. Yikes. I don't know how he did it, but he did it again. He got it in here. Like I say, this is so weird because you really can't tell where you're supposed to go. Pardon the noise, they've got a wood chipping machine over here cutting down some trees. So here's the site right beside us. That's a pull through. Okay. Well, we're in Indiana. Well, there's the neighbors' hookups. He had these trees to contend with. We're gonna get unloaded and head out to see my brother. It is early evening on Thursday. We got to camp and got it all set up finally, and Wayne got the lights hung outside for us, and we are headed now into Indianapolis. we're gonna go to my brother's and go out to dinner. I'm sure I won't bring my camera in because they don't want to be on tape. So anyway, I just want to let you know what's going on, and we're gonna have a good, fun evening. We're gonna go take showers in a real house. That'll be nice. That'll be real nice. Anyway, so we're gonna get that done, and then we'll check in later. Bye. Good morning. It is Friday, May 15th, and we are headed into Columbus, Indiana. We are staying at a campground about, what, 10 miles from it or so, and or maybe not that far, but
7 miles.
Anyway, so we heard that Columbus has a lot of rich architecture here, and we want to go check it out. They say that a lot of the famous architects have come to this city since the 1940s, I think, and built many houses and buildings and different things, and it's kind of like its own museum just going through town. So we're gonna go check it out and see what we can find today. It is raining. It wasn't supposed to rain until tomorrow, but it's raining now, so I hope that doesn't limit us, but hopefully I can video some of the great buildings that we see. So, and I apologize for last night. We did go eat with family, and we went downtown Indianapolis, and we went to Giordano's Pizza, which is a staple for me. Every time I'm here, we make sure I go there because it's one of my favorite places to eat pizza, and it's just kind of like tradition. So we went and had wonderful pizza last night, and then we went and visited at the house for a while. So anyway, I didn't videotape any of that because they don't really want to be on tape. So we will see how today goes, and hopefully I'll get to tape a bunch of things today, and we'll get back to you. We are entering Columbus, and I think this is a pretty cool bridge.
How about the building behind it?
Yeah. Building behind it too. Don't know what it is yet. Look at that fencing up on top of well, both of them. I know it's not fencing, but it's what it looks like. Over here we have Robert Garten Veterans Plaza. That's Bartholomew County Memorial for veterans, but got some artwork there. And like everywhere, they're doing construction. We haven't been anywhere without construction yet. We are headed to the visitor center to get more information, find out what we need to see while we're here. And I think the visitor center was maybe one of the architectural designs too, I'm not sure. Oh, this I know is one of the ones they mentioned. That's a church with that big tall building. That's supposed to be one of the big name architects did that one. We have a lot of little children here. Yeah, I know that's one of them. First Christian Church. It's got a lot of artwork. Here's the visitor center. It's big. I like those back racks. All right, we'll catch you later. We are inside the visitor center, and One of the main outstanding things in this place is Chihuly exhibits here. Actually, he had the chandelier built. So this is a Chihuly up on the second floor looking down the staircase. And there's more Chihuly work right there. That is fabulous. This thing is, how tall you think that thing is? It's hard to tell on the video, I know.
Probably 6 feet.
6 feet tall. I know that thing's gotta be so heavy. I wonder how they put it up there. Anyway, so this starts the architecture tour. So I think everywhere we go in this town is gonna be video worthy.
Yep.
So I'm just going to start filming. This is in front of the visitor center. Don't know what it is. It looks like it used to be a water feature, but it's not. No water's coming out. Here's the library. And it has a famous monument out front. First Christian Church was one that was designed by a famous architect. There's a clock tower up there. Let's go over here and see what this looks like. We rented a tour video that you can listen to as you go to these different places. That's what Wayne's doing. He's listening to it. So we don't know what they're saying.
Hayes' most famous work is probably the glass pyramid.
Talking about the library.
Oh. Trying to get over here to see this thing. That is pretty tall. I don't know if you can tell. It looks kind of like arms wrapping around to hold you. I don't know. Don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know, but it's lovely here. Look at the streets and all these pretty houses. Here's this side of the church. They have these bicycle racks all over town that are with the letter C. I think that looks cool. So the head of Cummins Diesel at the time was a man by the name of Miller, and he went to this church over here, and so he paid an architect to come in and design it. And he lives right here across the street from it. And that house right there is where he lived. We're about to go in and check out the library. We're inside the library, so we have to be quiet. I'm just going to show you things that look interesting. Starting off with the ceiling. These are all their old magazines. These are all from Look. Let's see what the latest. 67, 66. These are Life magazines. 1968, 65, 64, 60. I don't know when Life magazine started. but it looks like they have them all. This goes back to 1936. Wow.
Teen room only.
Oh, teenagers. Okay. Well, I see why. It's pretty nice and light and lovely. Teen areas for teen use only. Okay. This is something we've never seen. It's a seed share program. Well, I guess you bring seeds and check out seeds. They've got all different kinds. Foxglove. I don't even know what that is. Tree estate. Parsley. Chives, organic. Anyway, interesting. Says we need seeds. That's a pretty neat thing. They may have that in all the libraries and I just don't go in them, so maybe I should start. It's a nice place. You can sit and look outside at the church. I like that bench. Okay. There's supposed to be a staircase that's we needed to see, so we're gonna go see it. It's different. Cement. I'm in the restroom in the basement of the library, and it even has architectural design. Look at this. Pretty cool. This is the front of the Miller house that was on the corner, but it is now the Inn at Irwin Gardens Bed and Breakfast. So if you ever want to stay here, there's the number, 812-376-3663. Oh, it does expand. It spans across the whole block.
The house, in its current Edwardian style, represents the third design change of the original Italianate-style house built in 1864.
1864.
The house was expanded somewhat modestly in 1886, and much more elaborately in 1910, when Massachusetts architect Henry Phillips created for successive generations of the Irwin, Sweeney, and Miller families a true mansion. The stunning Italianate garden is inspired by a design discovered during excavation of the ancient city of Pompeii. The estate is a beautiful showcase for the community, but the
Looks
real
like they got
treasure
chairs set up
lies
for
in
a
the
wedding.
stories contained within its walls.
But that cost a pretty penny.
It was here in the early years of the 20th century that a young mechanical prodigy named Plessy
Oh,
Cummings
here we go.
began tinkering with the application of a diesel engine in an automobile. At that time, Cummings was a chauffeur for the homeowner William Glanton Irwin, and he used the family garage to work on his invention. With backing from his wealthy employer, Cummins perfected his invention and solidified a partnership that became Cummins Corporation.
Open to the public
Still headquartered
every
in
Saturday and
Columbus,
Sunday.
it was William Glanton Irwin's nephew, J. Irwin Miller, who led Cummins to global prominence after World War II. In 2009,
Just more gardens. It sounds like a school across the street. I hear a lot of kids. There's the St. Peter's Lutheran Church and School, and I think this was one of the ones too. Yeah, kids are getting out. Whoa, watch where you're going. Sidewalks are kind of wonky like they were in that other town we went to. Ooh, that looks kind of scary. Let's see what's in here. Got a little tunnel down here. Oh, it's a sidewalk. Big step up. The kids' playground looks like it was designed specially too. It's got a lot of neat climbing things on them out there. Huh. Oh yeah. This is one of the churches that was designed by an architect. I guess all of them are designed by architects, but these are famous ones. Private drive. There's some greenhouses over there.
elegant estate that spans an entire block of 5th Street.
This is the school, Lincoln Elementary School, that was designed by a famous architect. Just the cement work alone around here is pretty neat. You can't see the windows, but they're all inset at angles. I don't know if you can tell from here. I don't want to get too close if school's going on. Now we're going to go look at this beautiful church. See the way they've got all the curvature designs on the cement. So this is St. Peter's Lutheran Church. The church looks pretty neat from this side. The architect liked a lot of angles and curves, so these you notice are more rectangle. And then that side of the church is round. It's got it all interwoven. You can see more of the angles from across the street. We got one side are the squares and rectangles, and then circles on the left side. That's pretty. This is an old bank. German American. It looks like something from the 60s.